Riyadh. Now let's start with the top story of the hour. The Supreme Court will deliver an interim order at 10:30 a.m. today on petitions challenging the validity of the Waqf Amendment Act 2025. Earlier on 22 May, after 3 consecutive days of hearings, the court had reserved its verdict. Remember, in the previous hearing, the petitioners described the law as being against the rights of Muslims and demanded an interim stay. Meanwhile, the central government had argued in favor of the law. The debate revolved around the government's argument that Waqf is an Islamic concept, but not an essential part of religion and therefore not a fundamental right. On whether Waqf should be seen as a charitable donation separate from Islam or as an integral part of religion, petitioners' counsel Kapil Sibal had said, and I quote, "For the afterlife, Waqf is a dedication to God. Unlike other religions, Waqf is a donation made to God," unquote. So we'll be tracking more updates regarding this. Now Supreme Court is set to hear and deliver its interim order in terms of the petitions challenging Waqf Amendment Act 2025. When we're talking about the argument that was made by Kapil Sibal in the last day that I have talked about, that Waqf is a dedication to God. Remember, viewers, the CJI B.R. Gawai had noted that the same provision exists in other religions, to which the advocate said, "Others are charity to community. This is dedication to God." Now, joining me on the telecast is Sambhav Sharma. Sambhav, since you're live from the spot, what exactly is the anticipation on the ground? Obviously, this is something that is long awaited. It's something that has been long disputed as well. What can one expect from the hearing?
Well, first I want to inform my viewers that there is a notice from the Supreme Court of India which reads that yes, there is a judgment, but it will take some time because there is another hearing in the Supreme Court at 10:30. Once it is done, then the judgment will be pronounced. So it will take some time in the Supreme Court where the bench led by Chief Justice of India will pronounce this particular judgment on the petitions challenging the particular Waqf Amendment Act. And as you rightly pointed out, certain arguments made in the Supreme Court where the petitioners, around 100 petitions were filed just after this particular act came into force, in a way that the President Draupadi Murmu gave her assent to this particular bill, passed by thorough discussion in the Parliament, both houses of Parliament, and prior to it a joint parliamentary committee discussed the provisions of this particular law. And just after presidential election, certain petitions, rather Supreme Court was in a way flooded with petitions challenging this particular law. Few of the members who were part of the joint parliamentary committee challenged this particular law in the Supreme Court just after presidential election, and around 100 petitions in total were filed in the Supreme Court. Although Supreme Court, the general demand in those petitions were around Article 25, Article 26 of Indian Constitution, which says that as per these two particular articles of the Constitution, the petitioners challenge the particular law that this is a violation of Article 25 and 26. So Supreme Court clubbed in a way all these petitions and heard and made allowed the petitioner to make detailed arguments on particular 5 petitions, and which include one of the petitions by AIMIM Chief Asaduddin Owaisi, and one Congress's petition, and a few other petitions. And Supreme Court heard this matter for 3 days and then reserved its particular judgment in this case. Now let's also talk about the arguments made. We have been discussing the arguments made in the Supreme Court. Now I also want to point out a few arguments made by Solicitor General Tushar Mehta. As you also rightly pointed out, that yes, as per center, Waqf is an Islamic concept, but not an essential part of Islam, is one of the very important argument made by Solicitor General Tushar Mehta, and also Ministry of Minority Affairs filed a detailed some 1300 pages affidavit in the Supreme Court saying that this law in a way opposing the blanket ban on the law, and said that the law is passed by after thorough discussion in the Parliament, and hence there must not be a blanket ban by the top court of the country, is said by Ministry of Minority Affairs in its reply in the Supreme Court. And also Solicitor General Tushar Mehta, who appeared for center in this particular case, has said that it is not in violation of Article 25 and 26 of Indian Constitution, which gives rights to the minorities in this country.
Sambhav.
So many arguments. Yes.
Sambhav, stay on with us. We also have with us Advocate Vineet Jindal, lawyer Supreme Court, as well as Jasmine, lawyer Supreme Court as well. I'll first start the conversation with Advocate Vineet Jindal. Thank you so much for joining us on the telecast. First of all, my first question to you is, there are a lot of technical legal terms that are being thrown around. If you could break down for our viewers, what exactly is the whole this debate about, what exactly is this whole hearing about? Why is the opposition and the Muslim organization and the leaders opposing this? In terms of viewers, if you could break down all of the details in terms of this.
Yes, look, if we are talking about why this petition and why the Muslim side has been opposing the newly enacted amendment, Waqf Board Act, basically. So what their allegations are, they are saying that the government of India is trying to impose upon their right to religion. They are interfering their freedom of pursue their religion. So there are several allegations have been put forward by the Islamic people, like there are hundreds of petitions. You have already told that. So there are different kind of allegations are there. They are saying that the Waqf is an essential part of Islam, and the other allegations, what they are saying, trying to say is like the government of India trying to impose upon the property of Waqf, which is specially meant and created by the people who is indulging, who is performing Islamic culture. But now the government of India trying to impose upon their right to perform their religion, and the properties belong to the Islamic people. So there are several other allegations forward by the Islamic people. But now, as the center rightly said, what I have learned about our AG Tushar Mehta rightly said that whether the biggest question here is what you have also told, that whether this Waqf is an essential part of the Islamic culture, Islamic thing or not. That is a very big question, and if this judgment comes today, definitely this particular question would be clarified, as far as you have said that there is a specific affidavit, a specific submission has been put forward by the Monetary Commission. So definitely they have thoroughly described all the things which is related to the Waqf performance, and why this is whether this is a particular community's culture or that is an integral part of Islamic religion. So that is a very big question, and I think the answer would be in affirmative, and definitely the Supreme Court, whatever say about this particular question, that is impact the other religion also, because as this CGI during the hearing, CGI said that this particular sequence of devoting the properties is also in the other culture. If this comes to the favor of